Well, welcome everyone to the Mailbox Power Mastermind call. We do these every single Monday morning at 8 a.m. Pacific, 9 a.m. Mountain Time, 11 almost noon for Teresa and those of you over on the East Coast, Lulu and Anne and Suzanne. I think a lot of you are on the East Coast other than Nanette and I. Do we have any Pacific coasters? Do we have anybody in Pacific time zone? I don't think we do. Sometimes we do. And Lulu, I'm going to make you a
Yeah, you do.
real quick.
Yeah, you do. I'm in Seattle.
Oh, that's right. I didn't see your face, Linda, so it's I know you're over on
Yeah.
yeah.
It's
So
8 o'clock. It's too early for me to show my face, honey.
oh, that's all right. You're here. That's what counts.
Right.
So anyways, I wanted to welcome you all here. We always start the call with the wins. So if there are any wins for the week, I would like to start with those. Any wins? I know Lulu's got a meeting coming up. Teresa.
I think if you didn't see it, I did post it on our Mailbox Power affiliate page. I got a really great testimonial from one of my clients.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, so that really made my week extra special.
Awesome. Awesome. And tell us a little bit more about that customer.
Sure. So he's the vice president for business banking at Evans Bank here in Rochester, New York. And he was opening an account for someone, and they were supposed to transfer $50,000 over into that account because it was going to get 4% interest. So as a thank you, Warren, my client, he sent them a thank you card and 5 brownies because there are 5 board members. So he sent it to the board members. And so that went out. He forgot all about it. I guess there was a glitch or some sort of, they got frustrated with the technology of transferring the money and all that. So they said, we're done. We're wiping our hands clean of this. It's just too much of a pain in the, you know what. And in about 24 or 48 hours after they had received the package that Warren sent, there was $50,000 in the account. So.
And how long have they been customers, Teresa?
I want to say Warren's been a customer since probably November of last year.
Oh, nice. So almost a year. Good.
Yeah.
Awesome. We love hearing stories like that. This is a great place to share testimonials also. If you get a testimonial from a client, we would love to hear them on these calls. It is also great, like Teresa did, to share it in the affiliate group. It's also good to share it in the customer group. I think a lot of times we forget to share testimonials in the customer group, but customers need to hear it even more so than affiliates. Affiliates, it just gives us more knowledge and how other businesses are using it. But it's a great place to add that testimonial. And if you are ever able to get a customer to be brave enough to put it on video, I'm sure that corporate would love, Wendy would love to have that. Even if not, just putting that video out on those 2 groups is also another great thing, because text can be written by anybody. A video with somebody's face that's not yours is a definite win for people to see. So I know that's not always easy. Trust me, I've asked customers. I have one that's like, yeah, I'll do it, and still hasn't done it yet. So I get it. Any other wins for the week?
Well, I do have something. On the testimonial side, I received a video testimony from a guy, but he sent it in kind of for me, a kind of a clunky format. And so I'm I don't know exactly how to use it to share it. I don't know if I
Oh,
can put it
so
in a
Linda, I'm gonna put a
yeah.
link. I'm gonna put not the one I just put, but I'm gonna put another link in the chat here in a second. Let me find it real quick. So go ahead. But we have a video editing software that is like phenomenal. And you can cut out uhs and ums and a whole section. You edit the video by editing the text. It gives you a transcript of it, and then you just go in and take out what you don't want, and it redoes the
Well,
video
it's
for you.
and that's wonderful. But this is the video is perfect. It's just
Okay.
that it came over in OneDrive, and I don't.
Okay.
It's really hinky when I put it in a QR code. I don't. It comes up weird. I don't know whether people that don't have OneDrive can look at it, or
You probably want to take it from OneDrive and either put it on Google Drive, or you'll want to put it in YouTube. And if you don't want everybody to see it in YouTube, then you can make it a private YouTube video that only people with the link can see.
Oh, well, I'd be happy for everybody to see it because it is a great video.
Well, then put it
But
out
I don't
on
know how to do
YouTube.
that.
Well, then
How
let's.
do I do that? Who do I know? Who do I talk to find out to get that done?
So yeah, I can help you with that. Not today because we have our grandkids, unless it's tonight. But I would be able to help you with that. You're just going to go to OneDrive, Linda, just the basics. Go to OneDrive and then download it, and make sure it's on your computer. And then
Okay.
and then
I'll
if you
reach out.
Yeah, if you have a YouTube video, if you have a YouTube channel, there's a way to upload it. If you don't, you might want to make one.
Okay, yeah, I have one. I haven't used it in 10 years, but I do. I'm pretty sure I still have it. Okay,
Yeah.
perfect. Thank you.
Yeah.
I'll be in touch.
Yep. You can also Google it and it'll tell you how to put it on there. But just for the rest of you, if you have a YouTube channel and you haven't uploaded a video before, if you just log into YouTube, in the top right hand corner, it says upload. It's not that difficult, and it'll step you through and ask you for a title and a description. And at the end, it'll ask you whether you want it public or private. So
perfect.
That's
Thank
the
you.
basics, but I can help with that also. Any other wins for the week? Lulu.
So I joined a BNI chapter in June. Finally found one that I really like, and I arranged to meet one of the members in his office. And I kind of recommend that if it's at all possible for you to meet people in their office, because while we were chatting, he has an idea of what I do, but his boss came in and he introduced me, and the boss asked me, and I gave him a little rundown on what we do. And it's exactly what he's been looking for to do to reach higher end, bigger clients. So, it was one of those things in passing, but Brenda and I chatted yesterday, and I have a strategy of what I'm going to do to follow up. And, you never know. If I didn't meet him at his office, I would have not met his boss.
Yep.
And some of his coworkers. So now they know who I am. When they get the package that I'm going to send, they're going to know that it came from me. And, just food for thought. I consider it a win.
I think it's a win, and I look forward to hearing the success of that client and how they're using. Notice I said how they are using the system. I didn't say if. Awesome. Well, congratulations, Lulu. Anyone else wins for the week? All right. Not hearing any other wins. I wanted to talk about, we started this last week, and many businesses are in vacation mode. And I did a video this morning about do you value your customers? Well, I can tell you that probably 95%, there are the weird 5% of businesses that don't. But for the most part, the majority of business owners, 95% of people truly value their customers. But guess what? Their customers don't know that they value them. And why is that? It's because they're not consistently in front of them. 68% of customers leave because of perceived indifference. Most of you have probably heard that statistic. Well, how do you overcome that? How do you prove to your customers that they are valuable and that they matter to you? You need to treat them like gold. And some of you have a lower end product. And so maybe it's just a card, or maybe it's a postcard. And I've had many businesses lately say to me, oh, that would feel salesy. If I'm in their mailbox every month, that's salesy. It's over the top. I think it's too much communication. And I've said to every one of them, when it's done right, I disagree. So you can add, there are so many, and that's what I want this call to be about, so that people that are watching this that weren't able to be on the morning call, let's come up with strategies, ideas for reaching out monthly or a minimum of once a quarter to your clients. What are some of those ways that we can do that and teach our clients, our customers to do that, Mailbox Power customers, that it doesn't feel overdone and salesy? Lulu.
I think sending information. So I have a painting company that's going to be coming on board, and that was what they were asking me. I said, what about home trends, color trends? Like maybe 4 times a year as the seasons change, you create something that offers information for them, or food for thought, or some tips and tricks, things like that. So information, I think, is a good way to reach out.
That's a great idea. And I'm going to add something to that, Lulu, because I've had many people that have very large lists, and they're like, the budget, I don't have the budget to reach out monthly, but I'd be willing to do it quarterly. Well,
Right.
divide your list into 4 or 3 segments. If they're going to get it 4 times a year, divide it into 3 segments. So now your list of 2,000 ends up being about 650, 625 per segment. And so now you're only reaching out to 625 every month, but not everybody is getting something every month. And you could easily do that with, I had a mortgage. I'm trying to think if she was in mortgage or title at the time. Doesn't matter. Anyways, she only wanted to reach out 4 times a year. So we did holidays, and we did like Monday. We did January. Yeah, we did Monday. We did January, and then February, March, April, and then May, June, July, October, and then start over again.
Right.
So, and then the next group can be the February, staggered by a month. So just another idea, if somebody's not interested in doing it monthly, but wants to be in front of some clients every month. Geraldine.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi. I have 3. Is that okay?
Yes, absolutely. And I need to talk to you, by the way, because I have a dance studio that is looking to use the system. So who am I going to reach out to? Geraldine, the expert.
Well, and that's what I was going to share is what I do at the studio, which is phenomenal. It works great. Of course, birthdays are the biggest hit. And it's funny because most of the time I don't know they get their birthday cards, but if they don't get their birthday cards, that's a problem. So that's a good one. That's always easy and fun and well received. The second one we've tried it, and it probably helped build our studio in the beginning. It wasn't with Mailbox Power, but it was a direct mail program that had a special offer in it. When the studio was built and it was new to the area, the owners sent out coupons with, $100 off, come in and try dancing. And that's how they built our studio in the beginning, was with that kind of a direct mail approach. So I've tried to go back to that. That's not necessarily for customers, but for new people and moving into the area, it's a great way to attract new people with a special offer. But the one that I really like the best, and I keep adding to mine, it's just a long list of the benefits of dancing. So the benefits of any product or service is a good way to drip on people with postcards, particularly with our program. It's so easy and economical. And I don't know why any company wouldn't want to do that. But
Yeah, I know. And I love the idea of coupons. So many people, when they do the postcard marketing, just have a QR code to call to book an appointment or to call to learn more. I'm sorry, but it's not a big enough call to action to get a lot of people scanning that QR code. So if it's a dance studio, if you don't want to give away a free lesson or 50% off or buy one, get one, you could 20 or 10 ways to start moving and doing dance at home, or, different things where it's a download, it's a landing page that then you're collecting their information. Yes, I know you already have their information, but it's a way for you to collect their information again and them to show that they're truly interested. So great ideas, Geraldine. Anybody else? Teresa.
Couple of suggestions that have worked for some of my clients is to your point, Brenda, about quarterly, but they do it for like seasons. So like one of them does a dog days of summer, and they, with just a postcard, and it has one of their favorite like summer beverages, the recipe like for an iced tea or whatever, I don't know. So that's kind of cute. And then for a marketing card, to really kind of stand out and, be a little bit different than everybody else, a Valentine's Day card. But instead of saying, Lulu, will you be my Valentine? It would say, Lulu, will you be my referral partner? So just playing up on, and even I have someone who insists on sending Groundhog Day cards. Are you doing the same old, I don't know, whatever, but
I like it.
so that's, I don't know what words they use exactly, but you all get the drift, right?
Yeah.
So just kind of mixing it up a little bit, and really just setting ourselves apart, or setting themselves apart from their competitors, staying top of mind.
I'm going to put that in the chat, or I will forget because I don't have a pen. Groundhog Day. I
actually got one that with a picture of a groundhog, and it said, I'm not a meteorologist, I'm a groundhog.
Yeah, that's fun. And to that point, Teresa talked about recipe. I've had people do recipes, and whether they be in a card or a postcard, depending on the budget of the client. And if they want to start out small, recipe cards, a 4x6, it's about the only thing I recommend, unless it's a quote postcard in a 4x6 size, is a recipe. And why? Because our bigger ones don't fit in a recipe box. A 4x6 is a recipe box size card. So that's why I use those for recipes, or I do them in a card And 5 by 7 will fit in a recipe box also, but 5.5 by 8.5, I haven't found a recipe box that's that size yet.
Mm-mm.
Nanette.
Well, good morning, everyone. Depending upon what type of company you are, home care tips, getting ready for cold weather, getting ready for summer. The same thing applies to car care tips. Don't forget to change the oil before you do the summer vacation drive, that sort of thing. And Brenda, when we first started with Mailbox Power, you would send motivational postcards. Also a different way to change up what you're sending.
Mhm.
But I really like the recipe cards because recipes are perceived as a gift.
Yep.
Particularly,
Value.
they have value, particularly if you can weave it into a story. Like my grandmother's favorite, summer drink, and I'm not going to show you, was bourbon slush. Don't ask. But man, was it good. And so this was my grandmother's favorite recipe, and we were raised on, not the bourbon slush, but you get the picture.
Yes. No, I
Okay.
love it. And some more great ideas for monthly staying in touch. Teresa.
I had somebody send out, who was it? It was a recipe for some summer dessert or something. And it was really kind of a visual, it was really kind of cool. And she called me and said, I'm getting these cards and postcards with a picture of the recipe that I sent out. Looks like people are really trying it. So that was kind of cool feedback that, yeah, the recipe cards really work. And there's a really cool call to action message too, right? If you make this, share it on social media, send me a picture, whatever, so that's kind of an engaging type of, I don't know.
So the other thing I have put on the recipe cards, Teresa, and the recipe cards that are in Mailbox Power, the black and the tan ones are the ones Mike and I did. And some of them, I think every one of them say on it, if this recipe doesn't appeal to you, pass it on to a friend.
Good.
Because now they're passing that card on to somebody else, which means that other person gets as long as you put your information on it, gets your contact information also. So when they're using that recipe, if they're like, ooh, I need to do something like this for my business. Now there's one more person. It's a way to kind of refer you without blatantly referring you, so I've done that. Those are on those. I think it's on every one of those postcards. So
that's a brilliant idea. Thank you.
You're welcome. And I love your Valentine's Day asking for referral. I've always done Valentine's Day is, instead of asking them to be your Valentine, is we love our clients, because Valentine's Day is about love. So we love our clients, or we love our customers, but you could do that as we love referral. We love our customers and referrals. If you wanted to do it as ask for a referral. And on that note, you should be asking for referrals.
Yeah.
If you're not, you're missing out on business. Marie.
So an idea for a postcard, things that make you go,
Yep.
And, if they're interesting, people will, get into the habit of, oh, here's a postcard and see what she's got this time. And just to give you an idea of what I mean, I just saw this on Facebook that someone had posted, and I was like, seriously? German chocolate cake. German chocolate doesn't come from Germany. It's named German chocolate because it's the last name of a man in Texas who created a cake with coconut and so it became known as German chocolate cake because of his last name. Well, I didn't know that. I just thought that
I
was the
didn't
most
know that
fascinating.
either.
Yeah, so that's just my little example. So if you got into the, if you created a series of cards with stuff like that on it, I think people would look forward to getting, or at least reading the card. I don't know if I can say look forward to getting it, but they associate it with something interesting, and they'll read it.
I love
So.
that. And there's a story of, it was not my client, it was somebody else's client. That it was either a custom home builder or a remodeler, general contractor, something like that, up in the Fort Collins area, that used to send out like a cartoon, a funny card every month, and it became something that the clients were looking for, because what's the next cartoon clip, what's the next joke, so depending on your client base, you could do something like that also, because then people are like curious what the next one is. If you can create that curiosity, they'll be watching their mailbox for future mailings from you. Nanette.
Going back to wins for just a second, I sent out half birthday cards on a regular basis and got a text message from one of my mom's friends, because I've added them to my mailing list. And Dorothy turned 96 and a half. And she sent me a text message to say, thank you for acknowledging my half birthday. You never know at this age whether you're going to have the next half a year or not.
Yep.
So I just thought that was so sweet.
Well, you want to know what so I want to take the comment they made and give people ideas for birthday cards, especially I see US health advisors, there might be Medicare people on, is celebrating the half birthday, and you could actually put in the card at this stage in life, we never know if we're going to have another half a year. So I wanted to take the opportunity to wish you a happy half birthday. So that would be a great way to word a half birthday card when you have clients that are senior clients. So, or, we've lived a long life, and life is getting short now. So I want to celebrate you every chance I can get. Happy half birthday.
Yeah, you have to put more of a positive spin on it, because that could hit somebody real negatively too.
Yep.
Like, I'm not gonna,
and that's just what I was going to say. As a senior, I would have to say that I wouldn't want to have that. Don't remind me.
Yeah.
Don't remind me.
Well,
be careful about that.
Again, you could say, like I said, you're so special, you're worth celebrating twice a year, or, there's other ways to do it. But it just was a thought, because somebody already reached out to Nanette and told her, thank you, because you never know when you'll have another half a year. Suzanne.
I was just going to follow on to say, what about saying, here's to another 6 months?
Yep. Yeah, I say that a lot. Mm-hmm. It was just another thought because of what Nanette said. Lulu.
I think in one of my cards, half birthday cards, it says something like, you get to celebrate your birthday without actually getting older.
Yeah, I like that one. Cool. Well, we've talked a lot about nurturing clients that are outside of Mailbox Power in a way. Recipes can be people in Mailbox Power, but what about our clients in Mailbox Power? We're all affiliates in Mailbox Power. And how could we, in the next few minutes before we wrap it up, because we've gone a little long, but I want to bring this around to our own business and to our own customers. What are you sending them? There are, 4th of July, Marie. I recognize that design. But what are we sending, or how could we be adding value to our Mailbox Power clients? Suzanne, are you got an idea for this one, or
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I have an idea. What about sending them, and you don't have to do it every month, but it'd be nice, just little helpful hints of what you can do in Mailbox Power. You know, here, have you tried this, or whatever, you know, and just list the different things, or maybe send them a quote from from a client, like, I really appreciated da 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 da, and maybe even have it, if it's a testimonial, put a QR code in there of the testimonial so they can see it.
I love it. And that just made me think, Suzanne, I actually have quite a few now travel agents that are our concierge clients. They aren't my actual Mailbox Power client. And as most of you know, maybe you don't, Mike and I offer concierge services. In other words, we help you set up the system so that you don't have to do the work and learn the system. We teach you, we set it all up, and then we just create the groups so people can add them to the groups. And I have 3 that are travel agents and they do a cruise of the month or a trip of the month. Geraldine could do a dance of the month for the dance studio. But with Mailbox Power, what if we did a gift of the month? Or a tip of the month? And they could even be, go out to YouTube and grab the training videos that Mike and I have done, how to add your signature. Tip of the month. Did you know you could add your signature to your cards? Here's a YouTube video that shows you how to do it.
Oh my gosh, I love that. I love that.
That's great.
I might now have to go build that.
I've done emails when they're new, for a new person, and do that in series, but that's great to have the cards also. I meant to do that, but you know, we all get busy.
Well, and I'm going to go back to the cards or the postcards, because we really, this is our business and we need to be a product of the product. And if we turn around and all we do is send emails, and we send mostly emails and only a card once in a while, what is that teaching our clients to do? Only send cards and postcards every once in a while. So we need to be a product of the product. Geraldine.
Yeah, I was just going to piggyback on that. And I think with affiliates, they're always wondering, well, who can use it and how can they use it? So the tip list is great. Like, you can go onto the funnel and pull off every single benefit that's already been created and just create a card for each one of those tips that you're going to get when you subscribe, and make a drip out of that. But you can also go, and that just occurred to me when you were talking, we can also go on and pull off each one of the interviews that have already been done, put them on a QR code, and remind our affiliates that these are the different industries that are already using it.
So I'm going to give a shout out to Bob Wilcox right now. If you reach out to Bob, he has already done a series of postcards with the testimonials, and he doesn't charge much at all to add that to your account. So he'll share it with you. There's a small fee, but instead of going and creating it yourself, even if you want to change the testimonial, you would then have the template that would make it a lot easier than trying to create it from scratch. And last one, Suzanne, because we are running over, but we'll come to you and then we'll wrap it up.
Well, just real quick, what I was thinking is that I've got some Mailbox Power people who have dropped off, and I think sending these cards to them would also, you know, be a good thing.
Absolutely. That would be a great way, because if people started getting those tips of the month and they dropped off because they didn't realize everything the system could do, it might entice them to come back. So you're absolutely right, because there is so much to Mailbox Power, and most people only scratch the surface of the capability of the system. So with that, I want to thank everyone for being on this morning. I did put the link to the video editor in the chat. So if you want to edit videos, super simple, like editing text, go grab that link and go check it out. It's super inexpensive. I think it was a one-time, I don't even think it's a year. It might be a yearly charge, but it was under $200. So if you're going to do videos, I spent almost 3 days editing a testimonial video from a customer, and it still wasn't the way I wanted it. Mike and I found that software, and Mike had it done in about an hour, and it was completely done, and mine wasn't done yet. So if you do video, I highly recommend you go check it out. I'll put it in the chat one more time. And then I look forward to seeing you all next week. I am going to stop the recording, and then I do want to talk about one more thing, but we're going to do that off the recording. So hope you all have an awesome week, and we'll see you next Monday.